Books. The International Pentecost Holiness Church in Kanana City is hosting a mass wedding of over 1,500 couples. It's the largest number of couples getting married the church has seen since its establishment back in 1962. Newzroom Afrika's Zola Sholwana is there looking bridal. Zola, are you getting any ideas?
Well, I mean, Iman, anything is possible today, really, looking at how this room is filled, with beautiful people, brides and grooms, 1,500, in fact, 3,000 people. Now, this is a culture for this church, and it has been happening since the year 1962. Now, what's quite interesting from what we have heard, Iman, is that unlike the usual that we normally see in this church, it is allowed for a woman to be the one that proposes to the man and actually proposes marriage. And now the trick is that the man is not allowed to say no. Now, more to tell you before we actually speak to the head of communications of the church here at Kanana City. There's also, polygamy here, where other men are marrying 5 women, 6, 7, the list is endless. But let's speak to Vusindala just to take us through what is happening today and what to really expect. Vusi, thank you very much for your time. This is lovely and colorful. Yes. And I mean, what is actually, great is the number, 3,000 people, getting married today. Yes. This is record breaking. Tell us more.
Yes. It is record breaking. In 2023 Easter festivity during this time, we had 800 couples getting married. We thought we've set the record that was going to remain for some time. But now we have surpassed that record by 3 times more. So we have these couples, over 3,000 of them, today getting married, with their marriages going to be blessed into holy matrimony. This shows the significance and the importance of the members of this church taking marriage very seriously. So there are 2 things that are making this event very significant. We have mass weddings at IPHC, as we are known, 3 times a year. Easter in September, which is our New Year, and December during Christmas. But for the last 2 to 4 years after lockdown, we've been having these events every 2 years. And the reason for that, which I will detail as we go along with this conversation, is the thorough preparedness of men and women that are getting married, so that when they get into a marriage, they don't find themselves wanting, where you see the problems. The wife say, I'm not supported, and the husband say, I don't have a respectful wife, and so forth and so on. So it takes a lot of preparation because we take this very seriously. We are here today celebrating, as you were saying, 3,000 couples is a significant number and very historic. We also want to believe that there has never been such a mass wedding in the whole world. We are the first, and we hope we'll keep this record as IPHC. So now, what makes this event unique except the huge numbers? We've always celebrated this event at our headquarters, either at Jerusalem or pre-2016 at Ziribegom. So this place called IPHC Kanana City is for the first time that we have Easter festivity of just a festivity for that matter. So this is a land that our spiritual leader founded in 2019. It's still under development. It's a mixed-use development that involved commercial activities, the church precinct, and other associated activity. But the highlight is the dome. The dome is the largest congregational dome in the Southern Hemisphere. There's no largest congregational dome that has a seating capacity of 60,000 for church people. Yeah. So this is the biggest, and it makes this event unique.
Now, let's come to the very interesting question that I asked you earlier.
Yes.
Do these marriages actually last? The record of divorces. I mean, this has been happening for quite some time.
Yes.
How do you ensure that these couples are, supported the best way they should be?
Right. Like in any society, right? Much as the divorce rate is very low, how am I going to answer you? These couples you see here, all couples that are getting married, they go through a process, right? That process starts with the administration of these marriages. After the couples have selected each other, right? Then there's a process that ensures that the man who takes this wife or these wives is able to support? Has he got capacity? Has he got a place to place this wife? At this church, we don't allow a man who is about to marry to put the husband in a shack, for example. So, as I've said earlier, that they are given 2 years to prepare themselves so that there's no excuse after 2 years to say you haven't, because as a man, you know that in 2 years' time, I'm going to get married. So you must find a plan so that you can build your home, so that you don't take somebody's child and put them in conditions that are not suitable for habitation. So that process ensures that even that house is registered in your name as a man and your wife's name, for example. And then not only that, after that process is done, and then there's counseling. It takes 3 to 4 weeks for that counseling to happen. By the time they go home, they are ripe. They are taught about marriage. They know what marriage, because marriage is the only relationship that is blessed. Other relationships are there. And out of a marriage, children are born. Out of marriage, kings and queens and leaders are born. A marriage, in actual fact, develops society, builds communities, as it were. So that's what happens. Maybe I've answered you to say to the last. But that process of counseling and ensures that when they get to their marriage, that marriage lasts.
Thank you very much, Vusi. We can't wait to see how today is going to turn out, Iman. A very interesting kind of event, something that's unusual. I mean, this is the first time that I actually get to see 3,000 people, getting ready. And at any moment from now, they will be saying, I do, Iman. Like I said earlier on, anything can happen today. We are told that in this church, women are allowed to approach men and ask, for their hand in marriage. Other people are allowed to take more than 5 wives. So there's freedom basically to do what you want to do. But of course, there's a process that needs to be followed. In just about an hour from now, they will be making their way to the official venue for the wedding, where they will be saying, I do. Back to you in studio.
Yeah, Zola, I'm really interested in that question you asked around how long these marriages last. I think it's an important one, just to see whether that preparation the pastor was talking about does result in strong marriages that do stand the test of time, and what some of the issues are in this particular permutation of how you get married that do come up during the course of the marriage itself. So really interesting there. But just out of it, just to reflect though, there has been these types of mass marriages over time. You might recall in South Korea in the 1990s, of course, that was described as a cult. The Moonies, the Moon Church, at one point marrying north of 20,000 people in a single wedding. So really interesting how this plays out.